Nerdventures! What's up, everybody? Happy Monday to you. On my way to the tower right now. It's going to be a good show. And you know what? It's going to be a good week. We've got a lot of stuff to get into today. A whole mess of Marvel rumors and speculation. We're going to go over a few cool things and just kind of chat it up with the community and see how everybody's feeling about all these different things. It's almost gotten to the point with Marvel news and rumors that it's kind of hard to keep track of it all. And so yeah, I took like the weekend off, and I took Friday off of doing videos. Oh god, we're off to a great start. Off of doing videos, so I feel very refreshed. I feel very excited for this week. But dang, do we have a lot of stuff to sort of catch up on. So that's what we're going to do for the most of today's stream. I also want to go over the new Halo trailer. There's a trailer for the new Halo show, so I want to talk about that a little bit as well. Maybe we'll touch on the Star Wars of this all thing. You know, I got a big old Mandalorian video working, man. And it feels like the night before Christmas, you know? This next Mando or Boba episode, gonna slap. It's gonna be pretty cheer, as the kids say. Okay, I'm pulling into the tower. I'll see you in a second. Hey, wait a minute. Oh, okay, thank goodness. Woo! Test. Uh-oh. Hang on now. Hang on, Chet. We can do it. Okay, that should be good. Okay, ladies and gentle beings. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the week, man. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Hope you guys were chilling. I enjoyed myself. I had a pretty good weekend. I played a lot of that new Pokemon game. And currently, actually, Elisa is out playing it on the couch, and I'm super duper jealous. She's actually ahead of me on the game, which just shows you that life is not fair, and that bad things, you know, happen to good people, like their fiance getting ahead of them in the Pokemons and all that. Okay, so that's what's going on. Crazy football games too, man. Postseason's been really, really chill this time around. Hope you guys are doing well. A couple of things I want to say. We will have a stream today at 1 p.m. for Nerdventure members. I want to talk to you guys about some fun stuff. There's a little bit of a secret that I want to sort of share with everybody. So if you're a Nerdventure member, make sure you come on by at 1 p.m. today. Also, this Wednesday, again, we're going to be doing another stream for the Nerdventure members. And I think we're going to probably watch some Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I know we didn't last week. We'll probably kick it, hang out, watch some Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Maybe we'll read some comics. I'm not 100% sure, but I always enjoy doing those streams with you guys Wednesday night. I want to say you should definitely be checking out the podcast that we dropped last week. I've got a ton of good feedback from people about those podcasts. The podcast with Nerd of the Rings I thought was awesome. Very, very informative as far as that new Amazon show and what to expect for it. The podcast with Jay, Drunk 3PO, I thought was great, and a lot of people seem to really enjoy that one. And getting a side of the story that maybe they don't normally hear about, or just learning a little bit more about Jay and the whole experience of what happened with the Star Wars fandom and all that. So it's a really, really cool podcast. Double dose last week. Make sure you go check them out if you got time and you're looking to just get a little extra Den of Nerds content. I'd recommend doing that. I should be sitting down with Soups today, Matt Ramos, And we're going to do a podcast together just talking about TikTok fame, what Marvel TikTok and Star Wars TikTok is like, and how he sees fandom and all these things growing and changing. So that should be a good conversation as well. Oh, and baby, let me just tell you this too. We're going to give some stuff away as we have been for the Book of Boba Fett. And tomorrow's our big Book of Boba Fett preview show where we have fun with math and we do all the numbers and we do the over and the under. Over under 90% chance that you'll have a good time on tomorrow's stream. But we got some cool stuff I wanted to talk about to give away. So we've got another IG-88. I love this thing. Love IG-88. So if you don't have one of these yet, you could try to get one tomorrow on tomorrow's stream. And then the real cool thing that I think everybody's going to want and try to get. It's the entire Bad Batch. It's a 5-pack with the entire Bad Batch. And it's dope. And it's really, really dope. And it's super dope. And I think people will probably want that. So, we have 2 of those. We have 2 IGs and we've got 2 of these. They won't really work. So if you are interested in getting that kind of stuff, what the hell is this? Oh yeah, this will do. If you are interested in winning those, you're gonna get your nerd coin right. Get ready tomorrow, and then for the finale, we will do another giveaway as well. Just a little fun thing we like to do for people and for the fans so that we can kind of get hyped up about the show together and get really excited about things to come. So that'll be really cool. A second here and get this set up, and we'll get into the rumor talk. The rumor talk. By the way, I do have I have a video. I've literally, this will make 2 versions of the video that I've already shot that I had to scrap completely because there just keeps, like, when it comes to Multiverse of Madness, there's a constant inflow of info. And it's really hard to know for sure what's real and what's not. And I think the video that we did, I kept trying to kind of update people about the most likely, the most unlikely scenarios. And it almost seems like every single day a new update or a new comment from like a leaker or an insider has come out and either, seemingly verified something or kind of threw some cold water on a different rumor out there, okay? So, Rumorville right now, it's pretty crazy. And as I've been saying in different videos and streams, it really does seem like Marvel and Disney are trying to crack down on leaks and rumors. Some of you guys are like super excited about that. Some of you guys are like, yo, that's awesome. I love the mystery. I love not knowing for sure. And look, I can agree. I don't necessarily love some of the tactics that are going on. A lot of people, fooling around, saying things that aren't really true, etc., etc. But it is what it is. So even with today, when we talk about these leaks, I think it's important to keep in mind that this is Rumorville, man. We don't know for sure. We have some evidence. We have some speculation. But we don't know for sure. So that's what it is. Also, smash the gosh dang like button. You know what I've been thinking about doing, guys? Maybe this is something we should talk more about on the Nerdventure stream, but I'm gonna talk about it here for a second. Anyways, why can't I see the freaking chat, dude? Come on, YouTube. What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? I can't see the chat at all. Awesome. Okay. Here's what I've been thinking about doing. Okay, we got a slight issue. We got a slight issue. Okay, cool. I can see the chat. Yeah. So, here's what I'm thinking. I need to probably stop swearing as much, or at least try to. Okay? And many of you guys are like, no. I get it, but yeah. So I probably swear too much. Okay? And we've been thinking about kind of fun ways to do cool stuff on the show, on the stream. You know what I mean? Totally thought Judo Master was in the thumbnail. Oh yeah, I mean dude, that's definitely Judo Master. It's Judo Master Hydra Cap. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Wasn't that my New Year's resolution for 2021? Yeah, it might have been. I tried this before. Fuck dot. Yeah. Here's the difference, though, guys. Here's the difference now is that I am gonna be a dad, and you got to be a little bit more mature. Okay. Bro, I'll be driving around listening to my mail truck, and then you start dropping F-bombs, and I'm like, oops. Yeah. So here we go. Here's what I'm thinking. What if we had either a Nerf gun or a paintball gun? Probably Nerf gun, because I'm not trying to get shot with a paintball gun. That was pointed at me. Okay. Now, all of a sudden, some of you are like, I'm a little bit more interested in you not swearing now. Well, go on. Go on, Josh. Go on. And I was thinking, like, we put a count on it. Like, you put $1 in the swear jar? Yeah. So let's say if we get to, like, what do you guys think is a reasonable number of F-bombs for a stream? We stream about an hour and a half sometimes. What do you guys think? Just let me know in the chat. What do you think a good number of F-bombs? What is an acceptable? 3? Fuck out of here. You know what I mean? 3? 42? That's a little closer. That's a little bit more my style. 10. I kind of feel like 10. 1. Okay. So what if it was like, let's just say for the sake of argument, let's just say it was 10. Let's just say it was 10. Okay. Maybe we could do a thing, and we would have to have this controlled by like a moderator or somebody. Maybe Elisa can be kind of in control of this. Maybe not. And if I drop 10 F-bombs in a stream, maybe she like blasts me with the Nerf gun, or the Nerf gun goes off, or you guys can like spam a thing. See, here's the thing. Here's what it is. I want to give you guys control a little bit, but I know you're going to abuse it. So it has to be a scenario in which you do something. The real parallelogram. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Much love. And then let me get to, and I'll go over that again when I go over Super Chats today. But let's see here. Justin says, I agree. Paintball gun shot in the nads for cussing. The more you cuss, the less likely you are to have kids. Oh, shit. Okay. No swearing. Okay. Language, That would be the ultimate one if we had like a cardboard cutout of Cap. And he was just like, language. And then he had like a gun and poof, shot me or something like that. Yeah. So this would mean that something like that, okay? We'll talk more about this later. But it's just an idea that I had that I wanted to throw out there. Maybe we have a swear count. And as it gets a little closer, because I guess what I'm saying is like, I'm gonna swear. That's the thing, right? It's like, I'm going to swear, especially if I'm in a rant or something like that. But I mean, if you think about it, how many have we dropped today? Like 1 or 2 so far? Not that much. Just something to think about. Okay. Let's shift into rumor talk. Now, this first one is pretty interesting to me. When it comes to Thor 4, surprisingly enough, we do not have a lot of leaked information. We have some stuff. We know Gore the God Butcher is going to be the villain. played by Christian Bale, which is so interesting because, you know, I mean, we're hyped up about Multiverse of Madness. We're hyped up about Boba Fett. There's a lot of stuff that's hype right now. Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher is incredible. I feel like in a year where we didn't have a multiversal, like a big multiversal buildup or something like that, I feel like Gore the God Butcher and Christian Bale being in the MCU period would be epic enough to like carry hype. I think it would be something that people would be talking about, very, very excited about. And yet there's a lot of stuff that's kind of overshadowing this idea. This is freaking awesome. Okay. Also, Natalie Portman is coming back, obviously, to be either worthy, either like a version of the Jane Foster Thor that we saw in comics, or potentially something else. I'd say it's probably pretty close to what they were doing with the Jane Foster Thor and all of that, right? Now, we've seen some leaked stuff, and we've heard some stuff trickle out. Like, for instance, Russell Crowe was on a radio show and pretty much confirmed that he's playing Zeus. Okay? Now, My Time to Shine Hello also said, yes, that's true. And so we talked about it. I mean, y'all remember? Put a 1 into the chat if you remember when that first happened. We listened to the interview live. We talked about it a lot. We did videos about it. Yes, it does appear that we're going to get Russell Crowe as Zeus. I think there are other gods that are going to be in the movie as well. And it does kind of seem like the general plot, we don't really know. We don't look at that. Dang, dude. Y'all been riding with me for a while. That's cool. We have this sort of general plot setup where, yeah, you're going to see Gore the God Butcher taking out these different gods. Feels very similar to the comic. Nothing weird here. Nothing strange. Nothing too crazy, okay? When it comes to Jane Foster Thor, couple of things that, let me see if I can find the one photo. I definitely have photos of this, but there was a leaked poster for Thor 4 Love and Thunder. And on this poster, we got our first look at a couple of different things. Oh, yeah, we got it. We got it, baby. We got it. Give me 1 second. See if I can find the better version of it. We got some cool stuff. In fact, I'll just pull this up because I think this is publicly out there. Okay, let's talk about this. So we've got Natalie Portman, Thor. This right here, guys, as far as I understand it, and I don't 100% know, right? But I believe this is concept designs that are given to, well, they're not concept designs. They're full-on designs made it past the concept stage. They are often given to licensees or people that put together stuff that's licensed for the movie. Like, you could have a toy, and then on the back of the toy, where there's like that description, but you want some cool art to, you know, be on the back of the box, boom, you put this image there, right? You've got a poster, and you want the poster to be using stuff that's very similar or close or akin to what's going to be in the movie. You get stuff like this. These types of images are out there. By the way, never mind, I can't say that. Jack De La Sola, I'm gonna I'll chat it, or let's go over this just because these things. Oh, you know what, guys? This is actually great. Jack just reminded me of something pretty freaking cool. Okay, cool. I'm gonna keep that up there. Here's the dealio. Let's go over what Jack says here. 9-month member. Appreciate you, Jack. Any concrete evidence that Chris Hemsworth signed on for 3 more movies? Heard he wants to be in the MCU until after Avengers 5. No concrete evidence on that, brother. I haven't heard much on it. Wouldn't be surprised, though. Wouldn't be surprised. Okay. So, this is from the poster. It seems to be real. You know, she's obviously got her Asgardian garb. She's got the helmet. I think the helmet's dope. Here's the thing that's kind of curious about this image, though, is Mjolnir. So, Mjolnir appears, and we obviously don't know, but appears to be put together, reforged, this looks like when Hela smashed it into a billion pieces, which, by the way, dude, talk about one of the craziest moments in a MCU movie. And hey, I appreciate all the super chats and all the love, guys. I will go over them in the back half of the stream. It's usually what we do here, but I appreciate it. I see them coming in. You guys are awesome. So that was such an epic moment, man. When Hela grabbed the hammer and was just like, boom, like, come on, you pooped your pants a little bit. You did. You peed a little, just a little down the leg, that was one of those kind of moments where you're like, oh shit, and I love those moments. It looks like either the hammer assembled itself, which is crazy, but anything's possible. Anything's possible. Yeah, save member chats for the end of the stream, but I think I'll actually be able to go over member chats today. I made a slight adjustment and actually really appreciate that last member chat by Jack because it reminded me to do it. So you should be able to get that, okay? But here's the deal. Either it assembles itself or somebody picks up the rocks and then E-Tree is going to reforge it. Now, this is sort of slightly rumory, spoilery, but there's some pretty good evidence to suggest that Peter Dinklage as E-Tree will be in the what's the VV drop today though? Is it like the stamp Johns? Because I'm not really into the stamps. I mean, at this point, you should try though. You should try for everything VV if you got some gems. What the hell? What is it today? Because I'm not trying to get the stamps, bro. But I'll buy them and flip them. By the way, did anybody... It's the stamps? Okay. Did anybody get the... Did anybody get any of the Marvel drops yesterday? Dude, I was like... I really wanted to get that off the drop. I had a buddy of mine looking out for it. I was on there. I had Elisa on there, and we were just trying. Didn't get a damn thing. I ended up picking up a Spider-Gwen in the secondary market. I sniped one for like around 100, which I thought was cool. But yeah, it's a tough one. Anyway, let's get back to this, okay? So there's some evidence to suggest that E-Tree will be in the movie. Does he reforge Mjolnir for Natalie Portman's Thor, or does something happen where the hammer is going to reforge and give her some power? We're not 100% on this. In the comics, what happens, and it was such a cool run. I know Jane Foster Thor gets a bad rap because I think she was a part of the all new, all different Marvel. And look, I know a lot of people like I don't know, bro. Like, I'm not trying to like name names or whatever, but I saw some people that are like very, anti-woke, let's call it, or whatever, right? That were dogging on Jason Aaron. To me, that's fucking crazy. Jason Aaron is an incredible writer. His run with Thor leading up to this moment, his actual original Sin, story, and the run that he did with Jane Foster Thor is incredible comic book storytelling. It is incredible. I know she was in Champions, and the Champion stuff was kind of cringe. I feel you. I don't think Jason Aaron had a lot to do with that shit. The stuff that was surrounding this character was fucking compelling. There's, I think, F-bomb number 3. So I'm like 30% of the way to getting shot. Anyway, point is, in a comic book, what happened was Nick Fury had some kind of enchantment thing that made Thor no longer worthy. The hammer, boom, flies and gets stuck on the moon. Jane Foster, and at first we didn't know that it was Jane, right? Jane goes to the moon, picks up the hammer, and becomes worthy. So she actually doesn't have the power of Thor unless she has the hammer. But in the MCU, it's different because that's not even where Thor gets his power from. You know what I mean? Like, they kind of go away from that and give him his own power. Then he's got the power of Stormbreaker, all sorts of different things that are going on with that in the MCU. So we're not sure what the deal is with that. We also don't know if Jane is actually going to be sick with cancer or not. There's a lot of kind of interesting things there. But I say all of that to say that I think Jane Foster Thor is going to be really cool. I like Natalie Portman, to be real with you. Yes, I have a big fanboy crush on Natalie Portman, and this is mostly because of the prequels and Padme, and I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed to say it. Okay? So shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Now, let's talk about Rumorville. My Time to Shine Hello. You ever heard of her? My favorite NFT shiller. She says that Jane Thor could get her own project. Now, that in and of itself is not really that much of news because it's saying could get, and again, we're going to talk about this in some videos, but I'm sick of these fucking... Damn it, dude. I'm going to get shot by so many paintballs. I don't think we can do this. Look. A lot of these insiders and scoopers are saying stuff like, oh, I speculate, or I guess, or it could, or, hey, wouldn't that be crazy? Wait, what the hell? What happened to the... Okay, cool. There we go. Or, hey, wouldn't this be interesting? And they all know damn well what's going on. And they're trying to hide they're trying to cover their tracks, and it's bullcrap, and I hate it. But let's just talk about this because we don't know if that's what's going on with My Time to Shine Hello. Regardless, she said Jane's Thor could get her own project. Casey Walsh responded to the scoop and said, I've heard it's more than a could and closer to a will. That's pretty wild. I wonder, first of all, and I got to wait before I put this poll up because we got about 15 seconds. I'm going to try to get one of these real quick. Chop. 5, 4. I'm going to be pissed if I get this because I'm like, why couldn't I get the Marvel shit? You know what I mean? Unable to... Dude, I don't think Vivi even, exists for real anymore. Anyway, okay. So let's do this as a poll. I'm pretty curious actually as to what you guys think. Would you guys want? Why can't this poll thing? Would you guys want Jane Foster Thor solo project? Do we want a Jane Thor project? Bloop, bloop. Yes or no? Yeah, let me know. While you guys are into that, let me just say I would definitely be down. I will say this, though. One of the things that I think the comics did that I think was a mistake that it does not appear that the movie is doing, at least I really hope not, is that in the comics, they kind of belittled Thor or Odinson and elevated Jane. Now, it's more nuanced in Jason Aaron's actual run, but as far as Marvel proper was concerned, Thor took a backseat and Thor was kind of shit on a little bit, and Jane was praised and became, Thor for the Avengers, etc., etc. I think the formula here, and again, I hope and I'm optimistic that Feige will change the formula in the MCU because number one, Thor in Love and Thunder, he's got Stormbreaker, he's got the Odin Force, and what we've seen with Thor in his new armor is the homie's gonna shine. You know what I mean? He's gonna shine. He also looks like a Hulk. He looks like actual Hulk. The dude's jacked beyond belief. His arms are as big as 3 Robert Pattinsons put together. You know what I mean? He's jacked to the gills. So my just sort of feeling on this is that, nah, man, Thor's going to get his due diligence. Thor's going to be strong, and Thor's going to be Thor. If Thor goes on to do awesome shit or has his own place in whatever is going on in the MCU proper, and Jane Foster Thor goes on to do her own thing, or she's if she has something to actually do that's compelling, I would want to watch it. I think that it's too early to know how well she shines in the role. We haven't seen the movie. We don't see her in action at all. If it's super fun and she's really good in the action, then yeah, let's do it. Like, that would be really cool. I guess for me, it's like, yeah, let's do it. Like, I'd be down. Again, though, you've got to have Thor still have his shine and do his own stuff. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at with it. Without seeing the movie or knowing more about the rest of the MCU, though, it would be really difficult to figure out what that would look like. And when they say solo project, like, or her own project, I guess, like, what does that mean exactly? Because, you know, Loki's a Loki project, but it's so much bigger than that. It has all these implications and all this connective tissue, et cetera, et cetera. What could Jane Foster Thor even be doing that would be like her own solo thing? Is she going to be in charge of like a Thor core? And Thor himself is going to go back and actually rule Asgard on Earth or something like to that effect? I don't know. There's all kinds of cool ways that they could do it. Just at face, it's like, I want it, but I do have just a little bit of concern and trepidation just because of what happened in all different Marvel, right? So that's kind of my thing, and that's kind of the first rumor of the day. Again, though, I think she looks real good. Real good. Okay. So let's move on to something else here. Let me try to find this for you. Okay, let me see if I can find this here. So, I wonder how many of you remember ye old scoop about Hydra Cap? Put a 1 into the chat if you remember the Hydra Cap rumor. Let me see if I can find this. I'm having trouble finding it on her timeline, actually. Okay, here we go. Boom. Wow. They wanted Chris Evans back as Hydra Cap. Okay. Put a 1 to the chat if you remember this. So, here's what I think is really kind of fun about this one specifically. You know, here's something that I think is really fun. And look, by the way, when it comes to this poll, it looks as though 60% of people say yes. But that's, you know, that's relatively divided still. So that's like 40% of people that are like, I don't know. I don't know about Jane Foster Thor. And I think that's totally fair. You know what I mean? Like, people can have their opinions and feel the way that they want to about it. Again, the Jane Foster Thor, Jane and Miles have this problem of, I think they were actually, as I like organically read the books, I was like, I felt like this is a good way to do these kind of stories. And sure, like, is some of the idea or attitude behind these characters to, you know, have the idea of representation in mind? Absolutely. Like, I think you'd be daft to think not. But the difference is, like, is it an organic story? Is it a good story? Is it a good comic book? Does it feel right? Because, you know, these issues are never as much as, like, if there's any ounce of you doing it for a reason of representation, then it's awful. That's not really the case. That's not what it means. Jane and Miles both come from, I think, well thought out, very organic, cool stories that, just happen to be about these new characters, you know, and they get a bad rap as being like included in stuff like Miss Marvel. Like if I'm being honest, like Miss Marvel, even though some of the stuff in the OG like origin stuff is cool, you know, by far and away, like that's a pretty left-leaning put it in your face kind of character. America Chavez is probably the worst out of all of them. You know what I mean? Like America Chavez is like literally designed to trigger people. You know what I mean? I still think the MCU version of that character could be much better than the comic book version, but there in my mind there is no way you can say that America Chavez is not that kind of character. Like she's ridiculous. So I can understand where people are at. I just wanted to address that because I see some like people in the chat like, you know, feeling this way or that way about it. It is all good. You know what I mean? Like if you have your feelings about it, totally cool, man. You think it's all woke propaganda? It's all good. It's all good, man. You can chill here. You know, you're welcome here. You think it's all totally fine and everybody else is just hate, fear mongering? Totally cool. Totally fine. You know, you're welcome here. So everybody just shut the fuck up. Sit down in the living room and you listen to Papa Josh. Now, let's talk about Hydra Cap. The thing that I can't personally get away from when it comes to this character and this particular rumor is that it happened to be at a time when we were calling a lot of things, bro. And what I really mean is, let me see if I can can I get this a little, why can't I want like more. Yeah. Pump that shit up, baby. Let's go. Okay. Here's the thing that's crazy, man. We were talking about Sir Patrick Stewart meeting with Kevin Feige behind the scenes. Okay? Like 2 years ago. We were talking about Hugh Jackman meeting with Kevin Feige behind the scenes. Like 2 years ago. We were talking about John Krasinski meeting with Kevin Feige behind the scenes. Like 2 years ago. And in that same sort of scope of time, within that same time frame, there were rumors of Hydra Cap. I remember this. I remember talking about this when Daniel Rickman first brought it up. And there were a lot of different rumors about what it could mean, what it could be, how it could work. One of the very interesting rumors that was sort of attached or combined with this rumor, which I love, by the way, was that a multiversal version of Hydra Cap would be teaming up with a multiversal version of Clea, and Hydra Cap and Clea were working together to be a massive multiversal threat. Okay? So all My Time to Shine Hello says is that they wanted Chris Evans back as Hydra Cap. Now, again, what does it mean? Is this just picking up on what was said before? Is this something new that's being disguised in a similar way? Remember, she said something vague about Jane Foster Thor maybe getting her own project. Casey Walsh chimed in and said, actually, I've heard that's probably pretty likely. Is this another example of My Time to Shine Hello saying, hey, this might be a thing, and then someone else knows it's for real? Are they going to speak up? We don't know. But, oh, man. In the wild world of possible things that Kevin Feige could do, I strongly feel, that this particular element would be very good for the MCU. Okay? It's also worth saying that back in the Disney, there was an article about Chris Evans actually coming back. Remember? Do you remember? Do you remember this article? Captain America eyes return to the MCU as Chris Evans nears deal to reprise role in future Marvel project. Guys, this is Deadline. Now, this was pretty interesting. This is an exclusive from them. Some other people have thrown water on this, but again, like, you start to see, like, there's a lot of sort of smoke coming in here, you know what I mean? A lot of smoke. Exclusive. In a move that is sure to rock the Marvel Cinematic Universe, sources tell Deadline that Chris Evans is cleaning the dust off his Captain America attire as he is expected to reprise the role in the MCU in some form. It's still vague whether the deal is closed, but insiders say it's headed in the direction for Evans to return as Steve Rogers, a.k.a. Captain America, in at least one Marvel property, with the door open for a second film. Sources add it's unlikely to be a new Captain America installment, and is more likely to be what Robert Downey Jr. did after Iron Man 3, appearing in such films as Captain America Civil War, Spider-Man Homecoming. Marvel had no comment. Okay. So. Could it be? Could it be that the thing that was rumored, and again, comes from originally that same time period where when we look back at these leaks, like, I'm not trying to go too spoilery in detail for Multiverse of Madness. I'm going to do a big in-depth video breaking down what, like, our best knowledge as of now of who's in it and who's not in it. But let me just say, Krasinski seems like he's in it. Patrick Stewart seems like he's in it. Okay? Those were two rumors that were coming out around the same time as the Chris Evans rumor. This is what I'm saying to you. While we were all being like, hey, what the heck's going on? 15 days to stop the spread? Wait, Black Widow's not releasing this date? While we were all fiddle-faddling around, Kevin Feige was out there hitting the pavement, having meetings, and figuring out the craziest fan servicey type things ever to drop on our stupid faces years later. There's also the discussion of crazy cameos in Multiverse of Madness. Fun stuff that nobody has talked about. And Chris Evans, by the way, already rumored to be in the movie. A lot of people thought he could actually just show up as Johnny Storm again. What if he's a multiversal Hydra Cap? There are rumors that you'll visit a place where Cap is the president in Multiverse of Madness. So there's all sorts of ways and possibilities that this could go down. Now, let me just say one thing here. And that is that I would love for this to be true for a couple of different reasons. I mean, it would be really, really fun. I thought that crazy thing that Nick Spencer did was actually super fun. But one of the main reasons that I think this would be so damn cool is if they did this for the character of Sam Wilson. Okay? Sam, you know, he's all right. Like, let's be real. Like, you know, not the most compelling character. I didn't really enjoy that show all that much. There's some good stuff in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But really and truly, like, Sam's Cap is just, I think, not that compelling. Okay? Just gonna say it. Not that compelling. But you know one way that they could make it really, really compelling? And by the way, also was heavily rumored that Steve Rogers was going to be in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They ended up cutting that idea. Again, something else that comes from Nick Spencer stuff with like John Walker and Chris Evans, or rather, and Captain America. A lot of interesting stuff going on there. But one of the things that I think would be most compelling to do to Sam and to Bucky would be to have a version of Captain America that looks like Steve, the Steve that they knew, Chris Evans, but is Hydra Cap. And seeing Sam Wilson versus a Hydra Captain America, that's some compelling shit. It's compelling from like an action like, oh man, like vibranium wings and, you know, Hydra Cap, and does he have Mjolnir? You know, like all these different crazy. It's compelling from that kind of a perspective, but it's compelling from a character perspective. Sam seeing the person that he idolizes, the person that he misses, the person that he loves, the person who he aspires in some ways to be. Seeing a guy that looks like that dude, kind of seems similar, but is also like a Hydra kind of dude. That's compelling, dude. That's compelling to me. And so I would actually really, really like this for the MCU. I think it would be a very, very fun and interesting thing to put out there in the MCU. So I'm quite excited, man. I'm quite excited for this as a possibility. And I really can't tell. Like, is My Time to Shine Hello trying to say something without saying it? Like, what's the deal, Janelle? You know what I mean? I don't fully know. I just know the sound it makes when it kills a man. And it's pew pew. And it's pew pew. Pew 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 pew. Guys, as far as other stuff that's going on out there, as far as Marvel stuff, there was all the way back literally a week ago, and I can't believe I didn't cover this in a video, but the idea that the Ebony Blade will be in the Blade movie. And so, like, Black Knight might be in that movie. Like, that's pretty freaking wild. Like, I don't know. That's obviously crazy as heck. We already talked about Spider-Man 4 and Miles Morales. I mean, we've kind of been talking about that for some time, but there's more evidence that Marvel is indeed doing that. The Secret Invasion stuff seems really, really crazy, so I don't know if you guys have been following along with that, but there have been a lot of, like, leaked set photos, a lot of mystery. There was a crazy leak that came out where they were saying, like, basically you might see some of the Avengers. Like, I think they mentioned Ant-Man, and they mentioned Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson Captain America as being in the Secret Invasion show, but being Skrulls. That's a whole thing. Like, we've sort of been watching that whole thing go down, and seems like that's going to be an absolutely insane show, and I'm pretty excited about all of that. Let's see here. What else is going on? See if there's anything else going on. Some of the stuff we'll go over in the update video for Multiverse of Madness. I think the only other really crazy thing that's being talked about, and correct me if I'm wrong, the only other really crazy thing is that it seems like the Guardians of the Galaxy are going to either all die or a lot of them are going to die and break up after the next film. You know, there was an interview with Dave Bautista where he said, like, all things must end. You know, James Gunn sort of teased some stuff out, and I think Karen Gillan posted some stuff on there just about how sad it makes her. But yeah, it really does seem like that's going to be pretty much done with. And we'll either get a new team of Guardians or maybe just shelve the Guardians of the Galaxy for some time. So that is that's where we're at with that one. That's where we're at with that one. Do me a favor and smizash the like button on here. Bunch of beautiful folks in here today, which is really, really cool. We're going to shift into Q&A here. Now let me get a thing set up. So we'll shift into Q&A in just a minute here. And I actually want to try something. I wonder if this will work. Charles Hornfeck, welcome back to the Nerdventures at the Prime level. Much appreciation to you, my friend. And no, this did not work, so let's just get that out of here. And I think I should be able to, let's pop this out. put this over here. I think, yeah, we should be able to do this. Give me just a second here, everybody. Because this will be good if we can get this to work. Hey, that's kind of cool. Okay. This should be a much better way to read the super chats and whatnot, and I believe yeah, cool. That should be good there. Okay, hang on. Make that a little smaller there. Okay. We should be able to do it like this. And I think then this will have it so that these chats all pop up, which is kind of fun. So that's kind of cool. So that will include your member chats and everything like that. Okay, so I just want to say, as always, today's stream and all the streams over here brought to you by the Nerdventure members. Beautiful people you see in chat with the badge next to their name. Nerdventure members help us keep the lights on over here. They're very important to us, and you get a bunch of cool things for being a Nerdventure. You get access to behind-the-scenes streams. We do a stream every Monday at 1, every Friday at 1 p.m., Then we do a Wednesday night stream at 7 p.m. where we just kind of chill. It's way more laid back. So you get that. You get 20% off of our merch in the Teespring store. Depending on what happens in these next couple episodes of Book of Boba Fett, I might be making a Beta Fett shirt. And if you're interested in that or you hate the very idea of it, either way, you can get 20% off that merch in the store. So consider becoming a Nerdventure member today. You get a bunch of benefits. And again, not financial advice. You know, I'm not a healthcare professional, but I've heard that it'll cure all that ails you. Improve vision. Improve male pattern baldness. Make wrinkles disappear. Yeah. Uh-huh. You find extra money in the sofa. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. Crazy. Results may vary. Don't sue me, bro. But it'll be the best decision you've ever made for yourself or your family. Become a Nerdventure today. So do that. And also, of course, all of these super chats help us out very much, so we appreciate all of that. Again, I'll go over Jack's message here because it says, any concrete evidence that Chris Hemsworth signed up for 3 more movies? Nah, bro. I haven't even heard that, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think Chris is, you know, do you guys remember? Let me know in chat. I think many of you guys will remember this. But do you remember when there was a time when Chris Hemsworth was not really feeling being Thor anymore? Does anybody remember that? He was like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I could do it, but I don't know if I'm feeling it. I don't know if they want me. Nowadays, it really does feel like he's all about that life. Like, he's all about that life. He wants to be Thor for as long as possible. Like a month ago? Nah, dude, it was much longer. It was much longer after that. He said, I think recently, he's like, I don't know if they want me anymore. That's the indication he did in an interview more recently. But yeah, I think he's locked in, man. As long as they want him, I think he wants to do that. So, pretty cool stuff. Let's see here. The Exodus says Jane Foster cancer should come from possessing the Aether in Thor 2. That's really cool, actually. And you should play Dennis Nerdy from Jurassic Park for every F-bomb you drop. Dennis Nerdry from Jurassic Park for every F-bomb you drop. The heck? Am I missing a reference here? How come I don't? That's from Jurassic Park? What the heck? What the heck? I don't know. Somebody help me out. Somebody tell me. Somebody help me out here. Somebody tell me. CY98 says for the $5 holla, really don't want this film to give Chris Hemsworth the Jake Skywalker treatment just to prop up Femme Thor. Yeah, totally. Does anybody want that, by the way? Like, let me just ask the chat, because I'm actually curious. Does anybody want Chris Hemsworth Thor to sort of be dunked on in order to prop up Jane Foster Thor? Does anybody want that? Like anybody. Does anybody want that? Let me know in chat. Anybody? Sure. Yeah, you obviously feel pretty strongly about that. Yeah, my point, CY98, is that I don't think anybody wants that. Like literally, I don't think anybody wants that. Now, could they do that? Sure. And then, there's this whole discussion of like, well, what's up with Fat Thor? Like, was Fat Thor a shot at that character, or was it just something interesting the Russo brothers wanted to do in the movie? I will tell you that from my perspective, when I watched, like, okay, so I'll just tell you this. I heard about Fat Thor, obviously, from like leaks and things like that way before it happened. And I was like, I don't know about that. I heard about Professor Hulk, and I was like, I don't know about that. Both of them. I was like, I don't know about this. This doesn't feel right. Both of them in the film, it just works, bro. Like, I don't know what to say. It just works. Fat Thor, hilarious. Loved it. Doing his Big Lebowski type thing. Very, very funny. Professor Hulk, I don't know what to tell you. It just works for me. So, yeah, man, see why, like, I hear you, man, but, like, I just, sometimes I feel like some of y'all are, like, reading way too far into the shit. Like, there's not some wide fucking conspiracy theory to take all the best male Marvel characters and destroy them. Like, that's crazy. Gadzook says, for the $10 holla, says, Josh, congratulations on being a dad soon. I'm a dad of 2, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Again, congrats. It's going to be a ride for you. Yeah, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty crazy ride. We're very excited. Obviously, it comes with, some fear and some concerns. But ultimately, we're very excited. And so, yeah, I think it's going to be really cool. I'm excited to introduce them to all the nerdy things and, have a lot of fun. So it should be a good time. Brujas says, why are you speaking in your American accent? Take my money. What do you mean? I don't think I have an accent. Does this sound American to you? I don't know. You let me know. Sozu says, what if it was reforged? Would the cracks still be there? I mean, that's definitely an interesting, like, maybe. We don't know. How is it reforged? And then there's this whole, like, idea, there's magic going on, right? So, like, how is Stormbreaker, how does it have all of the Allfather magic and the dark magic in it? Because it's got dark magic in it. That's how he's able to teleport. You know what I mean? With it. Using, like, Bifrost-esque type stuff, right? So, what's the deal with that? Seems really crazy. Maybe it's the thing, like, when they reforged Mjolnir, they put, like, a bunch of epic power into it, and the power is being sort of either emanating or, like, coming through the cracks. Like, that's a possible explanation. Or maybe it just reforges itself, and that sort of explains why the cracks are there. You know what I mean? Jack Delisola says, with a very generous $10 holla, says she wasn't on Champions, but she was on that terrible Avengers team with the young kids. They left the team to form the Champions. Okay, right on. I think it was shortly after Secret Wars. Yeah, I just remember reading her in some stuff. I thought it was Champions. Maybe it was just Avengers. But, like, stuff with, like, her, Ironheart, Sam Wilson, Captain America, and, like, somebody else was hanging out with them. And I was like, maybe it was Miles. And I was like, this is fucking trash, dude. Like, this is trash. Like, and it felt so, like, weird and pandery and, like, just ridiculous. You'll have that in comics. Like, to me, it's not like the report card on a character totally. And it's sort of a, Marvel and DC, it's really a shared bin of toys. The toys are created, and then they all belong to DC or Marvel, and all the writers can take the toys and do interesting things with them. But ultimately, like, it's not always up to the person that created the character what other writers are going to do with that character. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I just know that, like, some of that stuff I've really enjoyed, and some of it I felt like was horrible. James says, Rocket finally finds some tape and puts Mjolnir back together. Also, I heard that the armor could be Rook cast from the Clone Wars. This is a character, Mandalorian, the Shadow Collective. Okay. Interesting. Could be. She gets some Mandalorian armor with the spikes on it. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, so I put a little... I'm going to put this in the video. I have a big video about... Ooh, that's pretty interesting. So I'm doing a big video about Mandalorian, or rather... Book of Boba Fett Episode 6. You know, we do a preview video each week, and this week I'm really excited to talk about, you know, a bunch of different theories and things that I have going on. But a lot of people think that Crimson Dawn or Kira will be involved in the show. And I don't think anybody's talked about the fact that the armorer with the horns on her helmet, she could very well be of the Mandalorians that were loyal to Maul, who now are loyal to Crimson Dawn. There could be a connection there with, like, Crimson Dawn and the armor. And what if, like, Mando finds himself in a political thing that he didn't really know about? You know what I mean? Like, it would also explain why the armorer knows about the Jedi and knows about the Darksaber. Because she used to be chilling with Maul. You know what I mean? So... there's a lot of interesting ways that this could all go down. And it's pretty cool. So, thank you for that super chat. That's pretty interesting stuff. Let's see here. Cole Wallace says, have I missed the Halo trailer breakdown? You have not. Should we do that right now? Should we do it right now? Maybe it's Halo trailer time. Probably get copy struck for this. But oh well. Wait, what? That's not right. Oh, so you probably couldn't see. Mm-hmm. All right, let's restart this. And I got to show you the other Mando and all that too. Okay.
You. Humanity's best weapon. Master Chief, huh?
Okay, we gotta pause for a second here. Ugh, I hate how stupid YouTube is, but I gotta make sure I'm not getting copy struck into oblivion. So give me just a second here. And unfortunately, I have this set up poorly. Okay. Okay, put that there. Put this here. Go back to here. Boom. All right, let's keep going.
The Master Chief was enhanced and trained for one purpose. To win this war. He and the other Spartans are our only effective weapons against the Covenant.
Yeah.
He's lethal, upgradable, and most importantly, controllable.
Covenant forces appear to be excavating some kind of object. When I touched the object, I felt something. I felt different.
Cool.
What they did to us makes you numb.
And you just decided to help me. Why wouldn't Spartan do that?
What does one do with a superhuman you're not sure you can trust?
That dude looks great.
Hello, Master Chief. I'm Cortana.
People making fun of this Cortana. I thought she looked alright.
Master Chief recovered something.
Sacred ring. Halo.
Humans surrender to the Covenant.
A little weird
Cortana,
there.
I'm gonna need you now.
Yeah. Get him, Chief.
Halo. Win the war.
Okay, so let's watch this again, and I'll kind of go over my thoughts on it. So first of all, I don't know. Some people are like, oh, it looks like trash. I think it looks cool, man. I think it looks cool. I think the effects look really good. Spartans look sick. The elites look really cool. And it obviously doesn't have like movie budget or whatever, but it feels like they spent a lot of money on this. Does anybody know? And please let me know in chat. Do we know how much money they've spent on this? Because it seems like a lot. I think the armor just looks awesome. There's some action shots coming up that I think are really cool. You know, the Chief's obviously been through a lot. Yeah, like, dude, when he's fighting the elites here, like, this is awesome. Now, you've got this other cast of Spartan, you know, kind of reminds me of like Noble Six a little bit. It's probably, you know, different cast of characters. As far as we understand it, this show does not deal with the Halo canon from the games and the comics and the books at all. It is its own thing. And so Master Chief, you know, having his own feelings or whatever after running into that Forerunner tech or whatever, that's its own kind of thing. So I don't think we know these characters at all. They look a little bit similar to Noble Six. I think this elite looks dope, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it looks good. He's upgradable. Like, dude, this shot right here, this is cool, man. If we get a bunch of stuff like that, like, count me in. You know? Now, it obviously, it doesn't look like, I'm not like blown away. And if this was at somebody else, like a HBO Max or even like Amazon or something, and they were spending money in it, I would think that was really, really cool. This shot looks cool though. You know what I mean? Like this kind of sci-fi stuff. So the question is like, is this show going to be just a nice, fun thing for Halo fans to enjoy? That's, you know, kind of crazy. It's not that great, but if you're a big Halo fan, you're like, dude, oh my God, they're doing the things. They're doing that. You know, they got like this dude. We've got Cortana, who's actually played by the voice actors, actually. Now, I know some people are like dogging this Cortana. I like Cortana. I think she looks good. You know, I think that's cool. I'm down. So, I don't know. Sort of yet to be determined for me on whether or not this is like, is it going to feel kind of like, you know, a scrubby, put together, you know, because obviously in the trailer, they're putting the best kind of stuff there, making it look awesome. Also, what the heck's up with these, like, this human lady that's talking like she's one of the Covenant? Like, what's the deal with that? I don't fully understand that. Is that like the Flood? Like, what's the deal there? What's going on? Not really sure. But these Spartans look dope, man. I'm down to watch some Spartans blow some shit up, you know? So that's kind of ultimately where I'm at with it. I can't obviously say one way or the other. My expectations on this thing are not that it's going to be incredible, but that'll be cool. You know, that'll be pretty decent, as the kids say. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I definitely, you know, am interested in what you guys think about it. But for me, yeah, cool. You know, cool little Halo thing. Now let me show you this too, because you guys didn't get to see it. This is the character that he was talking about in the super chat here. Cast. And you can tell she's been chilling with him with the Darksaber. She's got the horns on the helmet. Could very. I mean, look, even the color's kind of similar, so it could definitely be the armor. Very interesting. And this is actually from that Dark Horse book that's like one of my favorites that they kept in canon, which is really, really cool. But yeah, I think it could absolutely be her. Very interesting. Pretty cool stuff. All right. Give me 1 second here. Let me get this other thing set back up so we can keep going over the super chats. And I do appreciate all the support. It's going to be a little loud for a second. But it's kind of dope, too. That's kind of nice. Okay. Let's get back into super chats. So there you go, Cole. Hope you enjoyed that. Baraz says, let's see here. I would say don't do shit like female Thor / Iron Man, Hulk, etc. It's just lazy comic book / movie writing. Just use powerful existing new characters like Black Widow, Civ, Valkyrie, etc. in my opinion. So I've heard this opinion espoused a lot, and I understand it. It's not like I think like, oh, you're crazy, bro. But look, the reality of the situation is here, we're talking about commercial art. You know what I mean? So like, do you want to create a new female character or use one that's proven to not be, you know, that popular? Or do you want to make Jane Foster Thor? It's fucking commercial art, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want to do stuff, and some of it's gimmicky, some of it's, you know, it's a trope. You could call it lazy for sure. Like, it's definitely not intricate, ambitious, but not much commercial art is. Like, even if you look at Jonathan Hickman's stuff, and I think Hickman is one of the best comic book writers out there, but his indie stuff is way more off the wall and crazy than the stuff he does at Marvel. So to me, like, it's like, I understand what you're saying. I don't really think it's that valid of a criticism. You know, it's commercial art, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you can feel that way, and that's fine. But honestly, what that feels like to me is like reaching for a talking point that sounds good in the sort of besmirchment of some of these things. I would just say this. Treat it on a case-by-case basis. Is it good work or not? Is the character good? Is the story good? That's what it should be about. When it comes to Jane, and when it comes to that stuff with Jason Aaron, it's good, bro. It's really good. You know what I mean? Charles Hornflick. Oh, we already did that, but welcome back to the Nerdventures, my man. Prince Zodiac says, Karen Gillian, a Sue Storm. Timothy Olyphant as Doom. That would be pretty cool, man. I like both of those people, and Timothy Olyphant could be Doom, but I want a little more Eastern European. You know what I mean? I need a little more Eastern European. Brian O'Connor, member for 20 months, says, thanks, Team Josh and Nerdventures. Hoping for a banger Book of Boba Fett episode. Have a fantastic week. Hey, thanks to you, Brian. And I think we're in for a banger. And I also think we're going to have a good week because of the banger. Crazed Panda says, I saw that Secret Wars could be a trilogy. I'll just endorse my paychecks over to Marvel now. Take all my money. Yeah, so here's the thing about that. I don't think that's real. That came from the Moth Culture account, and they are not reliable, bro. Like, they're just not good. But it's so interesting, and it's something that we've been speculating about for some time, that I almost think, like, yeah, it's worth talking about. Like, it's worth, you know, getting into. But we don't know for sure. So, I don't know. That could be cool, but we don't know for sure. Rogue Soul, welcome back, man. Welcome back at the prime level. Appreciate you, man. I really do. Fifi says, oh no, I'm late to the stream. Gonna need you to start the entire stream over, Josh. LOL. Kidding. Take my Thor Love and Thunder money. Well, first of all, thank you. Very generous super chat. And, oh, hell no, man. Oh, hell no. Okay, restart nothing, but you already knew that. Nuckin' Futz says, off topic. Just listen to your podcast with Jay and the stuff about the metaverse. Will the Nerdventures Tower come to life in the virtual world? Yeah, bro. Like, that's a huge part of what I am personally working on right now. It is a huge part of my goal for this brand is to, yes, indeed, take what we're doing right now with all the fun, with the tower, with, you know, the Nerdventures, with the Nerdmobile, with the Iron Nerd armor, and all these different things. And I do want to incorporate them into metaverse type stuff. So, yeah, totally. Rogue Soul says, member for 8 months, says, 42 F-bombs because 42 is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. And everyone over that, Elisa comes in and gets you with a cattle prod. Holy shit. First it was Nerf gun, then it was potentially a paintball gun. Now it's a cattle prod? Bruh, I don't know about that. Like, I honestly don't know about that. Pedro Costello. Welcome to the Nerdventures. You are a Nerdventure now. Appreciate you. Thank you for the support. Josh I, member for 20 months. Holy mother loving mother says, hey, bro, appreciate all you do. Keep it up. Congrats on the upcoming youngling. You'll make a great dad. Yo, over the last year, I've lost 40 pounds and put on some muscle, all thanks to being a Nerdventure. Hey, again, results may vary, you know, blah, blah, blah. Don't sue me, bro. But again, it'll be the best decision you've ever made for yourself, your family, and your financial and mental well-being. Become a Nerdventure today. Fifi! Uh-oh. Why can't I? Feifei says, as a female, I love seeing strong female Marvel characters, but I hate when they have to destroy a male character to make a female look strong. That's one thing I love about X-Men. Equality done good, in my humble opinion. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think the X-Men does a great job of it with those characters. And yeah, look, there's all sorts of issues today with like how people feel about these certain things, right? To me, ultimately, it's like, is it executed well? Does it feel organic? Do I like the character? Is the character compelling? Is the actor or actress compelling to watch? Yeah. So when it comes to those sort of things and like female characters and all that sort of stuff, like, I don't know. To me, like, it's just obvious that if you're trying to denigrate a legacy character or to sort of make a man or a male character look dumb to elevate a female, like, that's, first of all, that's not even, like, I would say most women don't even want that. Like, there's probably a small minority of folks that actually like that or enjoy that. It sucks. It's not cool. But I think a lot of writers or Hollywood type people, when they're doing that sort of stuff, like, it's not even that deep for them. They're just like, hey, this would be a cool idea, and we could connect it this way. And maybe they just think it's funny, or they just think it's like harmless or whatever. Yeah, I do think that editorial or a producer needs to come in and be like, hey, this is how this could potentially be received. Doesn't actually feel that good, and it's not that cool. We'll have to wait and see what Taika has in store. You know what I mean? Pedro says, love the streams and just joined as a member. My man, should I jump on the new Pokemon? I mean, I really like it. I wish it had more, like, multiplayer. Like, that's the one thing, is that it does seem to be lacking multiplayer, which is unfortunate. You know, you can't fight people. You can only trade or whatever. So, that part of it's kind of a bummer, but if you enjoy the series, like, here's what I think. I think that after this Pokemon, I don't think they can go back. I think they can only go forward. Like, they can only do more of what they did in this one and have just a lot more fun stuff to do with it. Like, this is a really cool idea, the open world idea, the fact that you can, like, you're walking around as the Pokemon are fighting and stuff like that. Like, I hope that Arceus is the beginning of what we'll get with Pokemon moving forward, with multiplayer stuff added back in. Kasai Fang says, Ralph Boner is a double fake out. Mark my words. They've been marked. They have been marked. And then I can't see Hanshot first. I can't see that super because, well, YouTube's terrible. But here we go. I got it right here. So Cast Rook would make sense as the armor if the Easter egg of Maul's ship in the last episode was real. Could Kira be coming for the armor's help? Absolutely. I absolutely believe that that's what's going on. And yeah, I think it's pretty fun. I think it's a super fun idea. I think it would be really, really fun for Star Wars and Star Wars fans to have something like that going on, man. Don't you? Nerdventures, don't you think it would be real cool? Let's hang out in the chat for a little bit here, and then I got to get on out of here. What do you guys think? We need to take a collection to send Elisa a cattle prod? Hell no. Nah. If I see a cattle prod in the mail or something like that, I'm going to break it over my knee. So there you go. Oh, my God. Yeah, see? This is why, like, I can't give y'all all that power. Because now I'm, like, looking at possibly getting cattle prodded. Like, that's not right. That ain't right. Let's see here. Lars says, I'm too fried right now, and I can't figure out how to become a member. Please help. Okay, so first of all, get yourself a bowl of cereal or something, or like an ice cream, or like you need something like that'll take you down a little bit. You know what I mean? That'll take you down a couple notches, and you could function a little bit more. You know, because you got to worry about that anxiety, you got to worry about all that kind of stuff. So do that. Then, are you on mobile? Is your phone in your hand right now? Let's start with the basics. Is your phone in your hand right now? Are you watching the screen on your phone? If that's the case, you got to go to the description. Click into the description of the video. There should be a link to join as a member. If you're on your computer and you're sitting down and staring at a computer screen, there should be a button next to the subscribe button that's a join button. And you should be able to do that to join as a member. And also, we appreciate you. And Hope you're not too fried. You know what I mean? Be careful. The Inyaka Show says, I got drunk and bought Spider-Gwen /woman/man for about 400. LOL. Hoping they moon like the original Spider-Man VV. Yeah, so it's first of all, like, that's crazy. Dude, getting drunk and buying collectibles is probably never a good idea. But I got the Spider. I think the Spider-Gwen is going to go up in value way more than people think, especially with like a 2-part of Spider-Gwen coming in. The possibility of more Spider-Gwen in live action with Emma Stone and Sony wanting to do that. The Spider-Gwen character is a really fun character that actually originated in one of my favorite books, Edge of the Spider-Verse. You know, that's where she first came in, was Edge of the Spider-Verse books. And I just thought the character was dope and really, really fun. She's great, you know, in Into the Spider-Verse. She'll be great in Across the Spider-Verse. So I think that's a pretty solid one. Spider-Woman, if you could get it for cheap, which I assume you did, she could go up in value a lot too, because I think they might do some stuff with Jessica Drew in, live action as well. I gotta be honest with you, I don't understand why the Spider-Man was so expensive yesterday. You know? Like, it's not a first appearance. We've got Spider-Man in comic form and in figure form in NFTs. So why was that Spider-Man? It's like, is it really the first because it's the first Marvel Mighty of Spider-Man? Is that why? Look, I don't know. That's pretty crazy. I love the Marvel Mighties. To me, like, I feel like they're going to be something like Funko Pop maybe eventually. And, like, you know, in the digital space, like, people will be like, oh, shit, you've got that one? You know, you've got that Marvel Mighty or something like that. So maybe that's what's going on, and the Spider-Man is just so popular that that's what's happening. But I don't really expect those to moon the same way that the original Spider-Man did. You have to understand that the reason that original Spider-Man is worth so much is because it's the first licensed Marvel NFT on the blockchain. So it is the first. So that's why it's worth so much. These are not firsts. I believe the two ladies are. But that Spider-Man is not a first, so. But yeah. Stop encouraging NFTs. I will literally never stop encouraging NFTs. I recommend, if you're really, really triggered by it, to just stop watching. You know what I mean? Go find somebody else. I'm zealous about NFTs and blockchain. Although I have decided that I don't want to. I'm probably not gonna like get in people's face as much about it. So I'm not gonna like go on Twitter every day and be like, yo, fuck these people that hate NFTs, even though I feel that way. I'm not gonna say it because it's just gonna invite a bunch of drama and fighting on Twitter, and that's honestly not the way to educate people about NFTs or to see how it all shakes out. So yeah, that's not a good formula moving forward. What are my feelings on crypto? I'm very bullish on crypto. I think it's incredible technology. I love the idea of it being open. The protocol's open. I love the idea of people all around the world having access to financial assets that they normally wouldn't have. I love the idea of democratizing and flattening out of a lot of these things. I love the idea of middle management and money managers not actually being able to just sort of rent seek off of the economy and like suck on it like a fucking vampire. So no, I don't think NFTs are hard to explain at all, actually. Why do people hate on NFTs too much? They say it's bad for the environment only if you bought crypto, right? Yeah, so there's a couple of different things with that. Again, I don't want to make it a whole NFT stream or whatever, but I'll just talk about it briefly because you mentioned it. I think that hating on NFTs, frankly, is the hot button way to signal a belief system. I think that's really what it comes down to. I think that most people right now that hate heavily on NFTs or that want to be very vocal about NFTs. It's really just them like standing up and saying, I care about the environment, or I care about destroying capitalism. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Like, frankly, that is honestly how I feel about it. I think that most folks that are retractors of NFTs, they don't understand the technology. They don't understand blockchain. They don't understand smart contracts. There's a lot of stuff that they don't understand, and it's become sort of a hot button topic or a hot button sort of way to virtue signal. So that's what I think. That's my take. That's my take. And like 30% of you guys just went and like got like super triggered by it. So that's also one of my takes, is that it's super triggering for people as well. I'm trying to like change up the music a little bit. But yeah, I'm super bullish on NFTs. I like crypto a lot. I think that just like most things, there are a lot of scammers, there are a lot of bad actors, and there's obviously a lot of issues. Like, can you name me a single technology that didn't have cost and benefits, right? Obviously not. There's a lot of issues in the world currently. I don't think the world is short of problems. I'm not trying to say that I think the problems are meaningless. No, I think the problems are real, and they should be taken very seriously. But I think that the distilling of attitudes and the distilling of sort of social signals and virtue signaling, that is, kind of toxic and not actually indicative of solutions. Not a lot of solution-oriented people out there. Like, the thought that if we stopped NFTs from being popular, we would save the environment is absurd. You know what I mean? Like, that's just absurd. Those two things do not equal each other. You know what I mean? The link ain't working? The link should work, bruh. Put isn't there a way to like get the link to drop in the chat right now? Isn't there a chatbot alert for that or no? You can't play Pokemon at work, Moss? A study came out. Even if we tried, we can't fix our environment for like 20 plus years. Oh man, dude, I love studies, dude. Whenever I hear a study came out, I'm instantly like, oh, dude, we're good. Like, we're good. Like, dude, we solved it, dude. Because the study told us that thing. Studies, bro. Hey, there it is. There's the link. There's the link right there, Lars. Check it out. Check it out, bro. Hey, Lar, you figured it out. Well done, sir. Welcome to the Nerdventures. You are a Nerdventure now. Welcome. Make your way around the tower. Feel the power of the Nerdventures flow through you. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, man. A lot of scientists in the chat today. Goddamn. I had no idea that we had so many scientists and astute members of the intellectual community that watched this stream. I look, this is a little bit degrading, but I automatically don't know how much of I can take you seriously as a scientist if you're watching me every fucking day. You know what I mean? Just being real. It's a little self-denigrating, but it is what it is. I am literally a scientist, by the way. Wait, really, Carl? What's your field of study? What do you do your science on? Hey, check this out. I'm something of a scientist myself. Smoke pot with Johnny Hopkins? Yeah, dude. Well done. Well done. No. I'm playing nice, man. I feel good. I'm not trying to be that guy. I think to be honest with you though, like that's part of the thing that's like it's super triggering for me. Like to be completely honest with you, like I am yet to run into a person that like has the stance of fuck NFTs that knows anything. That knows what they're talking about. You know what I mean? And I've had some really in-depth conversation with folks about it, and I'm like, okay, no, like that's fair. You know, some of this stuff is fair. Like, for instance, here's the main thing. Here's the main thing with NFTs. If you think that they are, if you think they're meaningless and have no value, right? That is a presupposition, but let's just say you have it. Let's just say you have it. If you feel that way, then obviously any amount of energy, like actual energy, that was spent producing or consuming this thing that you think, again, based on your presupposition, is meaningless and has no value, then obviously it's a waste of energy. That's a logical stance. It actually makes sense. I have a lot of empathy for you if that's the stance you have. But you have to understand that that presupposition is a leap that goes way past a lot of things that actually matter, not just to me, but matter to a lot of people out there. So it's a really weird stance to take. And I have personal difficulty talking to people, especially like randos on the internet. Like, no offense, but like, you know, people that just come into my chat, never seen their name before, and then they say something about it. I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of here. Basically is where I'm at with it. So it's just what it is. It doesn't have to be a thing. You know, and that's part of the reason why I don't really like talking about it too much on Twitter specifically. Do you know what I mean? So 14th F-bomb, really? Damn. All right, everybody, I got to get out of here. Much love to you all. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. I appreciate the members, the recommitments to membership. I appreciate all the super chats. I appreciate all the questions, the comments, the likes. I appreciate it. Much love to you all. Make sure to come on by the 1 p.m. stream if you're a Nerdventure member. I'll talk to you about some fun stuff. And, yeah, look out for the preview video for The Mandalorian. Rather, The Book of Boba Fett, Episode 6. It's going to be absolutely epic. I'm actually really excited for that video. Much love to you all. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video. Yes. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Oh man, juicy stuff being spread around in Rumorville, USA. Some of it which we'll discuss today. Also, you almost got me there. You almost got me with that NFT talk. Almost lost my shit for real. It's like, that's the one. That's the one thing, man. Everything else, like, I'm usually real chill. You know what I mean? Like, I can see what you're saying, and also, no. You know? Oh, I can see where you're at with that, but also, nah. But you're coming in here with this motherfucking anti-NFT talk. Whew. I tell you what. Triggered. That's what I was. Triggered. Yeah. And there ain't no goddamn way I'm letting y'all control a freaking cattle prod on me. Are you guys crazy? You guys crazy? Y'all wild. All right, much love. See you guys soon.